It's about that time. It is about that time. Maybe. We'll see if they'll let us in yet. But it feels like it's about that time for some Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So, you know, is this worth 60 bucks? I don't know. I guess it is if you didn't buy a Wii U and you didn't have those games. Other than that, it's a matter of do you want this on your Switch or not. And I kind of do. And, you know, it's kind of neat to think that you're going to be able to play as Toadette, but that's kind of bittersweet because they've just made that kind of confined to an easy mode. She's a mode, and I don't like that. I mean, why can't she just be a character with her own traits? And, you know, I'd rather her just be a Toad reskin than that. This game's already easy, all right, as far as Mario games go, and I'm not great at Mario. I've been playing it all my life. I've beat plenty of them. But, you know, they're not supposed to be easy. Mario games aren't supposed to be easy. So let's don't make this one any easier than it already was. You could already do the bubble thing and float away, and that was annoying enough. Hey! We're waiting to get in here. Waiting to get in. Let's see, by my clock, yeah, it's go time. It's been go time for a minute. We were in Smash Brothers when it launched like 2 minutes ahead of time. So far, they're not letting us in. But plenty can be said about this in the meantime. Again, this is a $60 game, and it's an enhanced port. Now, when you look at it that way, in my mind, I think we're talking 40 bucks and not 60. And maybe some people would even say 40 is a stretch. And again, you can have a lot of people say, oh, well, I didn't buy a Wii U. Well, okay. But I don't know, 60's a bunch, man. That's a bunch. Uncle Strange has joined us, as well as John Rogers, Pac-Man 1155, and Trident is here. It was easy enough already. It was. It just was. You know, and even if it wasn't, you know, when we were kids, games weren't supposed to be easy. You know, I mean, none of them were. There were some tough games out there. Mainly Gaming has joined us. I've been really enjoying Super Mario World 3D. It was a triumph. It was an absolute triumph, that game was. And that said, I haven't played nearly enough of that game. We played it a bunch, you know, the Christmas that we got it, but yeah. Did not, I would love to go back and play that one again. So let's see. It is 12:02 by my watch. So yeah, we're a little behind schedule, Nintendo. What's up? I didn't pay you all this money digitally to not get into the game. Again, we didn't have this problem for Smash Brothers. We were actually in Smash at 11:58. We are joined by DJ Magic 9's Gaming. I'm trying to play the game too, and it's not working. Well, we're going to find out what the deal is, and you know, it may take a few minutes, but it should be available. Again, we were in Smash 2 minutes early, and we were in a freaking online match, playing and going with no issues, none of the lag, none of the other things people complained about in that game as of midnight at the launch of that game. So, John says maybe they're running on PST. They never do, though. It's always midnight Eastern, and launch times, you know, they roll back. So let's see what the deal is while we're waiting. We'll see what we can find out. But yeah, we should be going. Not cool, Nintendo. I mean, this is a port. I could see if Smash was a little delayed starting up. And even then, it's the software. We're getting in. We're in. Let's go. So the first thing that I want to address is that there's talk of this actually looking better on the system. I guess technologically speaking it should. How much better, I don't know. Could you really tell side by side? It's hard to say because the Wii U, everything on it was beautiful. I know it wasn't an Xbox One, but I loved my Wii U. I know a lot of people did, you know. Aw, snap! Can't wait to grab my copy at lunch tomorrow. Josh, your player 2 has joined us. Great to see you in here, buddy. It's time to get it going on. We're going to start a new game. And, you know, I really want to play as Toadette because that was the first. And granted, I don't like that she's tied to an easy mode, but I want to see her go. I want to see this Peachette thing. So, let's go. The game is absolutely just gorgeous. It already was. I can't imagine what it's going to be on here. I'm sure even portably it's still going to be gorgeous, but what a great frickin' title. DJ Magic says now it's working good. Yeah, they're a few minutes behind there. We're not gonna scold them too hard for that. I was hoping we'd get in a little earlier though. Trying to jump the gun here is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get in there and get our Mario on right here on the Emceemur show. You know that I like to bring you launch day content of the games that I'm doing as early as humanly possible so we can look at it, analyze it, see what it's all about, have fun with it, look at it together, and enjoy the gameplay, the camaraderie, the community, what we have going on right here on the show, on this platform. It's undeniably incredible, and I'm always going to keep coming back for more as long as you keep coming back for more right here on the show. Great things coming your way. Acorns with faces falling out of the sky. Mario doesn't know whether to poop or walk crooked, and Toadette's in on the scene. I'm excited to see where this goes. Yes, it's going to be an easier mode, and again, I have an issue with that. Because the game doesn't need to be more easy. They didn't make games easy for us when we were kids. They were hard. So hard a cat can't scratch it. Harder than crocodile toenails. And now they want to make this game easier. This game couldn't be any easier. This might be the easiest Mario game. It's got its challenging points. It has ways it can be made more difficult. But we don't need bubbles and easier modes. I don't like that Toadette is a mode more so than a character. And that's already... I'm not saying anything that hadn't already been said. You know, but I'm going to echo those same sentiments that to me is ridiculous. And then you could say, oh, well, more kids are going to play this game. I don't care. They need to man up and learn how to play. How are they ever going to grow hair on their chest if they don't know how to play Mario the real way? Or if they're girls, I hope they don't grow hair on their chest, but you know what I mean. Oh, I'm already dead. But Elmo, I'm not looking at the chat. Maybe I need it on easier mode. But no, you understand what I'm saying. The kids today, man, they're too used to their cheats and their hacks. Learn to play this the right way, you know. Play it hard. Romancing the Impulse has joined us. Welcome. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. And then there is the price point. You know, we got to talk about that. Kids were already going to play easy mode or not, and that's it. Yeah, it's a Mario game. They're here for that, and you don't want it to be over too fast. I mean, my nephews beat both of these games in like half a second, and you know what? We're already on Peachette. Look at her float. I mean, that's just not. That's definitely easy mode. But she's cute. I wanted to see her in action, so there she is. Was it worth 60 bucks? I don't know. Look, she's gonna coast on in. Woo! Ain't no thing. And look, we've already got another one. You ain't already lost the crown by now, have you? I don't know, man. I mean, it's a treat for the senses, and more or less, you know, I don't think I'm going to get rid of my Wii U copies. I do have the original, and I've got the green box Luigi U. Didn't get to finish Luigi U. That's something I'm looking forward to doing on this console. And so that's one reason I'm glad I have it. Still not worth 60 bucks. It's an enhanced port. I still think this could have been 40, but whatever. Also, from a business standpoint, I understand why it's not, because they know how many more people they're going to sell this game to on this console than they did on the Wii U. I want to play this one from a completionist angle. That too, Josh. That's You know, this is, you're going to be in it for the long haul on this console more so than, I'm not going to say I'm never going to play my Wii U again, but you know what I'm saying. You know, once you have it on this is the definitive version, and that kind of gameplay is going to be done on. I got to say, this is weird playing it on this dadgum thing. I wonder if I should pull out my NES Joy-Con and play it. So this is game every Mario. Now this is just Mario U, but they've tweaked it a little bit. I think there's a couple new challenge modes. You've got Toadette as a playable character who can then become Peachette. And again, that's almost subtraction by addition, because we don't need an easier mode. Or maybe it's ironic that I'm saying that and I'm sitting here not getting off the first level for looking at the chat and talking. But yeah, I mean, I finished this game with really no difficulty and really enjoyed it. I mean, I'd say toward the end it was a little hairy in places, and it was amazing when I finally did finish it, but I don't need it to be easier. And we've got some great things coming to you real soon right here on the show. Great stuff to review, look at, gameplay, subsequent live streams of those items after we look at them. But, you know, this is the first thing for the new year that is kind of a launch stream and something that I wanted to look at. Your Player 2 says, I think there are certainly elements from every Mario, though. Yeah, there is. I mean, this is it. This is your 2D Mario. This is, I mean, what a masterpiece. And I know, again, people are already complaining that, oh, why would you buy this again, and yada, yada. But you know what? I don't take that much issue with buying it again. Again, except for that price point. 60 bucks, that kind of hits hard, man. I don't feel like I owe you 60. But then again, we got to think about it in terms of how many more people bought this console and they want to sell. It's like they're selling this again for the first time, but they're doing their part by giving you the enhancements, and you know, it is what it is. So Mr. Tight White has joined us. TW is in the house. Welcome, TW. We are just enjoying some, oh, look at the Toadette flag. We're just enjoying some dadgum Peachette here. You can say you saw her here first on the Emceemur show, if you weren't snooping around any news sites or anything. Getting all my coins. An Uncle Strange sighting. Yeah, he can be an elusive cuss, he can. It's like pulling a rare. Alright, here we go. You ready? Getting them all. No, 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 no. Is Ice here? I didn't see Ice come in. I hope he's here. Boop. I feel like I want a fire flower and I don't have one. Man, they give you enough of those. That's ridiculous. She's not going to make it, and you already know that, and she can just bump herself up there. You're a mythic. Look at her just gliding on down. Downtown Julie Brown coming at you. Woo! Shaving it close there. Shaved like deli ham right there. Right there, right there. Well, Ice, I know you're a little under the weather, and I am so glad you still made it out. Look at this. She like farts pink, and then she just blows back up in the air. I wonder if Luigi U is still super expensive. It's actually not. I was actually pricing them recently because I thought about selling my Wii U copies to offset the cost of this. Because I mean, how long is it going to be before I actually put them back in again? But my wife said no way. She said, you got the green box, you need to hold on to those, just keep them. But that doesn't answer your question. About 20 bucks on the average is what I'm seeing. And, you know, if you want the combo cart, you can just get that, the combo disc. I didn't want that, though. I wanted them both separately from a collector standpoint. I'm not a Wii U completionist, but when they launched that before there actually was, you know, both on one disc, that green box, I mean, yeah, granted, it wouldn't be so sexy if it was an Xbox game, but a green box for the Wii U, sign me up. Couldn't have enough of that. So, no, it's not expensive. From what I was seeing, every one of those games was between 20 and 30, and more like 20 and less like 30. And I think GameStop's blowing them all out now. Let's get Fiery Toad Ed in here. I don't really need all this floaty toady crap. Yeah, I'll hold on to my green box. Yeah, you know, I got cheap for a minute. I was like, I guess I could sell it. And my wife was like, no. Okay, you're right. Thank you for that moment of clarity. I'd miss it. Because there's not a lot of Wii U games, and I'm never going to have a full Wii U collection. I really don't want one, because, I mean, not every game was good. They did their share of shovelware to scale for that, as they would other things. So, Luigi is underrated. Well, you know, you have the whole other way to play this in that sense, and the altered stages for his Mario 2 ability, and the fact that it gives that nod to Mario 2. Not enough nods get given to Mario 2. Mario 2 and Zelda 2 are almost kind of just not, you know, not underappreciated, not overlooked, but yeah, kind of. I mean, it seems like by some of the newer people in the gaming community, by their standards, a lot of people say they hated Zelda 2, and a lot of people pull out what is now common knowledge. Oh, well, Mario 2 is just Doki Doki Panic. You think anybody knew what Doki Doki Panic was down here in the freaking South in the 80s? We didn't know what that was. It was Mario 2, Jack, and it was off the hook. We didn't know no different. Zelda 2 is my favorite, and I can see that. Zelda 2 was awesome, and it was so different from the beginning, but it's not like people are now when something sidesteps its original format and all the fanboys go nuts. We just accept it happily, and we're glad, and we embraced it, and it was like, cool. No one even really made too much of a note of it being so different, and if they did, or if they had, it would have been in a positive upswing, like, hey, here it is, and it's different, you know. It would immediately be something good, not something like, wait, it's different. We're so picky as gamers in this day and age, and we don't let much slide. Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, is in the house. Welcome, LTDD. Twilight Princess is GOAT. Go see my video. One day I'll get all the way through Twi-Pri. Yeet Peachette. Just yeet her. I kind of want my fire flower back. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Boop, boop, boop. Wild Boy's in the house. Welcome, Wild. We got a nice packed house for the Emceemur show tonight. Glad to have you all here. I wouldn't say this is an impromptu stream. It's just on technically a Friday, because Nintendo is just wacky like that. Y and R. Everything felt second nature on the Wii Pad, but on this Pro Controller, it doesn't feel wrong, but I'm having to kind of get used to where the buttons are. I feel a little off my game for some reason. Yeet Bowsette too. You know we'll see her eventually. Somewhere, somehow. She might get her own Mario Kart. Bloop, bloop. Coin. Wonka. We may need that where we're going. It's been years since I played this, so I don't remember. It's like playing it all over again for the first time. But beating this game was practically a spiritual experience. The ending was amazing. The visuals are what does it. And the homage paid to Mario games of old. Just terrific, you know. Hey, she could have kept floating there. Somebody hacked her in Mario 1, Mur. I could see that. We haven't even begun to play through all the different Mario hacks that I've got in stock here, and God willing, eventually we will get to all of them, you know, on Tuesday night live streams. You know, we don't get a lot of traffic on those, and that's, I mean, that's not necessarily why we're doing it, but I would think people would be more into that. I know I am. It's something I want to see more of, just personally. I'd look at it by myself even if nobody else wanted to. Because some of them are incomplete and they're not well done, and then some of them are like, man, y'all really did it to it right here. This is like, you know, beyond Mario Maker good. You've actually made your own game here. So my birthday was last week. I'm 33 years young. Congratulations and happy birthday. I have already said farewell to my 30s, unfortunately. Boop. What up? I own many Zelda hacks. Yes, sir. A lot of great Zelda hacks, what I've got in stock, too. Some really good ones that I've seen. And some I thought they could have been a bit more inventive with when you think about the property in which that you're working there. You've got a lot going on. This is cool, isn't it? I mean, the thing of it is, again, it's 60 bucks. That's a lot. I'd have felt better at 40. Again, from a business perspective, I understand why it needs to be 60. And supporting the company, I guess I'm okay paying 60. I have the option of selling the other 2 copies, and I'd only probably be in at 30 at that point, you know, with what I'd net. But I don't know. I wasn't watching the blocks, but T-Dub's hanging out. T-W still need to play some Black Ops. Uncle Strange turns 43 on the 22nd. You can hit 2 blocks. Be careful, though. If you hit a Bowser inside, it's game over. Well, I wasn't watching, but I'm normally pretty good at this game. Well, for a blind pull, that was aight. I bought the Spyro 1, 2, and 3 remake. It's tremendous, and all for 40 bucks. I'm going to tell you that... okay. I'm glad to hear that it's good. I want to know that it's good. But, you know, in its infancy, I didn't really get into Spyro. And I had it. Just seemed like everyone was trying to copy the success that Mario... Not copy, but to still be in the genre with Mario 64. And they were so far removed, to me, from the actual quality. Except for the fact of the camera angles, which everybody suffered from back then. Just some of the awkward growing pains of the industry. But to me, I just don't remember Spyro being that great. I don't remember anybody being into it, and everyone acted like it was the second coming when it came back, and that was strange to me, because again, I don't remember people being that into it back then, and I was right in the thick of all that stuff back then. I mean, I had PS1 as soon as I could have it. I had those games, had lots of games, had more income than I knew what to do with back then, not having rent, car payments, family, and all that stuff, so. But yeah, I just, you know... I guess what I'm trying to say in a long-winded Emceemur version of something is I need to go back and see it again. Because maybe I would appreciate it more today. And maybe they've done more with it. I'll tell you one, I'm excited for a new Sonic Racing. And I gotta say, as much as I'm not even really into the property, I'm kind of excited for Crash Team Racing when it comes back. And I am not a Crash Bandicoot guy. But that sounds pretty cool, man. It's a kart racer. Kart racing's kart racing in most cases if they can get the aesthetics, if they can get the, you know, the controls down, if it handles right. And, you know, what was it? The All-Star Fruit Racing that we reviewed here on the show? That is like, oh, this has got to suck. But what if it doesn't? They had the controls right. It had drift. It felt good. It was like, oh my God, what do we have here? And the online didn't work. And I was like, what a missed opportunity. But I was amazed there at a 4th, 5th party turd of a kart racer actually had its poop together on the control scene. Because that is uncommon. We all know that Mario Kart holds the world title for most efficient kart racer in kart racing history. My oldest niece has Skylanders. You know, when Skylanders came out, they acted like that was going to be the it toy, and it really was for a minute if Activision hadn't put their greedy spin on it like they do everything, like they did ruining Destiny and countless other franchises. And I'd bought it, and I hadn't opened it, and, you know, I was like, well, this is either going to be worth a lot of money, or we'll enjoy it or something. But I was really banking on it probably going up in value, because they had acted like, you know, you better buy this up or you're not going to be able to get one. And the more I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this. But Molly was just a baby back then, and I was actually taking it back to the store, and she just assumed we were at the store to be at the store. But when I pulled it out of the bag and I was going to go give it back to him and get my return, she saw I was taking it out. She just burst into tears, and it broke my heart. And I guess she thought it was for her. It really wasn't. I mean, but she saw the toys in it, the figures, and she was hoping she was going to get to open it and play with those. So that's my Skylander story. That's how we ended up with it. But I knew what it was. When it launched, I was like, Spyro's Adventure. I was like, does anyone even remember Spyro? And I don't know that anybody... It didn't seem like anybody did. Like, the demographic, the people buying that, probably had no idea the lineage of the characters in that game. And for the first 2 games, it was actually really cool. But, again, they got greedy. Really enjoyed Yoshi's Story, also. The 64 one, I couldn't get into. I just couldn't. Yoshi's certainly been around and done his thing, but I'm less a fan of his games, I guess. They're still great. They're still first party. They're still wonderful. I still have them, but they're not ones I migrate to and it's like, oh man, I got to get some of this, you know. Badaga. But it was different, I'll give you that. And I gotta say, you know, also different, that Yoshi's Woolly World was just bizarre. But amazing in its own right because of the craftsmanship that go into these things. And, you know, people will always find a reason to hate on Nintendo for crazy things. I hear so much Breath of the Wild hate, but it's like, what are y'all talking about, dude? They really did something here. They gave you something. And, I mean, I hear Mario Odyssey hate, talk about it being overrated. And it's like, what universe are you in where you think that's not good? I could see if it just wasn't your jam. I mean, I just got telling you something wasn't my jam. You have a right to an opinion, but some of the outright hate for it is like, come on, man. Super Mario RPG or Mario and Luigi? Which is the better RPG? YP2, thanks so much for stopping by, man. Great to have you in the live streams, as always. I love Super Mario RPG. I probably played that through at least twice that I know of, and I would do it again. My wife actually played the Mario and Luigi, the Superstar Saga, and some of those. Long time ago, she was playing those. I didn't actually get to play all the way through those. And, you know, we're also getting the Bowser Jr. game fixing to come out. There's just not enough time for all these games. New sub hype? Did we get a new sub? If I got a new sub, you got to tell me who it was, Ice. I was too busy fighting Boom Boom in the castle there. I didn't see. If you've just joined us and if you've just subbed to the Emceemur show, we are glad to have you on the Emceemur show. You are officially part of Mur Nation. I have the official Nintendo Power Player's Guide for Super Mario RPG. That's pretty freaking cool. I don't have that. I've got some great old guides from back in the day. I've got an old guide that was talking about, you know, before Zelda 2 launched and giving you some previews on it. It had an ad for Ninja Gaiden before they were actually going to name it that. It was like called Dragon Power or something ridiculous. A tentative name. Super old. New sub hype. I'm liking, you know, Mur Nation is growing up thick and quick. Glad to have everybody as a part of this community of what we got going on here. We have more fun than should be allowed. It's just fantastic. And I'm glad to have each and every one of you along for the ride. Yoshi's here. Speaking of Yoshi, he's going to eat an apple and poop something here in just a little bit. Oh, Yoshi's going to have to take a mean one in a minute here. Welcome to the Emceemur show, new sub. I want that apple. Oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, dear. There we go. If you enjoy collecting codes and finding hidden locations, I think you'll really enjoy. Yeah, you know, that's all it seemed like it was to me, I guess, is picking up gems and running around and... Oh, don't eat the crown. We need it. And there were a lot of games that were similar to Spyro in that genre. Again, everybody was kind of trying to do it. Better known ones would be like Crash Bandicoot, but we had Jersey Devil, we had Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. We had some wacky ones, man. Oh, I botched that. Did you see that? Whoop! That was some fancy step in there, Yosh. And again, none of them were really bad games, but a lot of those were not really good games. Now, I will go back and look at Spyro again, and there's been so many iterations of Spyro that I've seen come and go through this place, you know, over the years, and I've resold most of them in the interest of funding the channel and, you know, purchasing other games that I am more directly interested in, but I owe it a second look, I'm not gonna lie. Cost of living is reasonable. You're right. Bubsy, that was another one. Yee, Bubsy, yeet. Yeet Bubsy, because they came out with the new Bubsy Return of the Woolies, whatever it was. The collector's edition. It was like, come on, dude, a Bubsy collector's edition. Not even my crazy butt's gonna buy that. And then it was like $7 on Amazon at one point. Went back up and went back down. And I still couldn't pull the trigger because the reviews were so glaringly bad that it wasn't even like so bad it's good bad. It was like so bad it's bad bad. And it's like, I don't need that in my life. I'd bear with the $7. I'd rather buy a Big Mac and hike a Duke than pay for a Bubsy game and just never touch it again. And it didn't even come with anything cool, which is like, I guess for $7 I shouldn't be itch about it, but come on now. It wasn't that in its infancy. At one point it had a regular price point, so come on with it, Bubsy. We're going to need you to do me a little bit better than that. You can do me a little bit better than that there, Bubs. Oh, this piranha wants to get fresh. Yosh. That is interesting, JR. Bubsy the relaunch nobody ever asked for. Yeah, Super Lucky seemed like it might have had some merit to it. I don't know. And Ukulele, too. I heard good things. Right out of the Banjo-Kazooie playbook, though, again. And that was another game that, to me, was hilariously overrated. Don't throw anything at me. I'm just saying. Couldn't get into it. Wasn't nothing there for me. Nothing wrong with it. Just, again, there were so many of those games. And Mario 64 is what really wrote the playbook on that whole go anywhere, do anything genre. That's what we called it back then. Yosh, I feel like this is where we got to turn you loose, buddy. I guess we'll let you come across. Donkey Kong 64 was overrated. You know, I love Donkey Kong. But when you get into Donkey Kong Country and all those were really great. I mean, they were masterpieces, but again, they aren't ones that I gravitate to. They aren't ones that I played a ton of back then, and they're not ones I get extremely nostalgic for now. Those are ones, of course, I know what I'm getting into as far as those go, but anything, you know, Nintendo first party, you're gonna dig, and to an extent. But some people, man, are just like, oh man, that's the best game ever made, and it's like, okay, I mean, that's just a strange pick, though, I guess. Everybody's got their one game that's like, oh, that's my jam. I mean, Arcus Odyssey is one of my favorites of all time on Sega Genesis, and there's plenty of people who'll be like, Arcus who to what? All of us have weird, guilty pleasures, I think, at times. I don't want that crown back yet. I'm kind of digging the fiery Toadette. See, I was never interested in Donkey Kong Country. Unfortunately, I have to head to bed. I really should too, mainly, but we got to finish this stream out. But you can go to bed, and I'm glad you came by, sir. Always great to have you in the live streams. Yeet these little Goombas with s'mores on their head. Game Over 86 has joined us. Welcome, Go86 on the scene. Great to have you in the live stream, sir. Gauntlet Dark Legends. Hell yeah. Been a minute since I put that in. Oh no, what the Piranha Plant wants done. We need to have a Gauntlet week, don't we? There's so many Gauntlet games. I received a Gauntlet game, Dark Legacy, I believe, on PS2 in a trade with Ice Pirate recently. And I've got so many Gauntlets available here, both physically complete and, you know, any I don't, we've got EverDrive, ROMs, or whatever to make sure that we see them all. But yeah, we need to have a Gauntlet week. Yeah, Phantasy Star 4, man. I could see that. Touching on what Your Player 2 was saying before, a completionist standpoint, you know, on this game, it would be easier to do with Peachette if you could float and get all those crazy coins that are just not really where they're accessible. But then you almost feel like you're cheating, I guess. Again, I wish that Toadette was not confined to a difficulty mode, and she was just who she was with her own thing going. I mean, she can't fall. Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, I'll keep an eye out. I think they need to remake the Gauntlet Dark Legends from the N64. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of that stuff that, and you know, there's been talk about this online service from Nintendo eventually needing to include stuff from other consoles. And I'd like to think that's going to happen. I am not in the camp of folks that is unhappy with the service, at least not from a what I have it physically in my hand standpoint versus price. I realize it's not performing as far as online play. I realize that the NES games, while they're neat, are not performing in online play either. So it's falling short there as far as what you would pay to have an online membership for. But just to have the games in the sense that we have them, the new versions of them, which I guess take it or leave that, I think if that's all it was going in and it was 20 bucks, I would still be a customer. So that's kind of how I gauge that. But that would be a great platform for them to bring some of those games out on, while I know us collectors would really prefer physical media if they could do, and you know they could do collector's editions of that stuff, almost like in a limited run format, and it would be scalper hell, I know, but they would definitely sell them all, and Nintendo would not be taking a risk there. But they're definitely not taking a risk with digital sales, so it just seems like a no-brainer that at least the stuff that you know they have licensing for, because it's theirs, that they would do. So, can she get up there? I bet she can. Watch this. Well, I botched that, but... oh, maybe she can, maybe she can't. Man, I could go for some C64. Mine needs some joystick port work. I'm gonna have to call in Captain Retro on that and have him do some soldering. It was supposed to be part of my vintage computing series, and now it's going to be in the shop. So the next go-to will be the Atari 400, then back to the Atari ST again, because there's, God, so much on that I need to show you guys, until the repairs on the Commodore are done. And if I can't fix it, God help me, I'll buy another one. Because I've got some killer Commodore 64 games in the house. We got the Commodore 64 Mini. And I'd like to play more of that too. We haven't played nearly enough of that since we've gotten it. Whoop. We really have 17 lives built up. The exact same keyboard key broke. Huh. I've got a couple keys on my ST that are sticking. Putting return Xbox helps Nintendo out of their online service. While I am on easier mode here, it's hard to keep up with the chat and dodge potaboos in a lava pit. We knew that was coming. Oh, dadgummit! And you know we gotta get down there! Whew! That is touchy. Gotta do it. Oh, dadgummit! I boobed it. Commodore had some great RPGs and had some really great versions of just popular games that were out at the time. I remember playing 720 skateboarding on there. I remember playing frickin' California games. I remember playing D&D games. I remember playing Bar's Tale 2, the Destiny Knight I had for that because the Atari ST was so unpopular. They didn't make Destiny Knight for it. You can only get Bar's Tale 1 on it. They didn't get approved to do the sequel on it. What else was there? God, California Raisins was my jam on the Commodore. Have you ever played I Wanna Be the Guy? I have not. See, this is so easy. You can come right here and you're going to get your extra man back. Come on, Toadette. We're on a time frame here. Ah, I didn't get it. Well, poop on a stick. You pooper scooper. Well, this may be easier mode, but we're midget Toadette right this second. I can't remember. Do they make you get it again? They do. I mean, you would expect that. I didn't get it. Straight up didn't get it. Get up there, Toadette. There we go. Atta girl. Atta girl. It's like all the old platformer games. The look is heavily inspired by Mega Man. Well, that can't suck. Getting greedy. I'm going after coins I don't need. Let's get in here. Castle time. That just looks great. But does it look better than Wii U? Are we fooled? I don't know. I mean, my old eyes can only see resolution so good, and then it's like, whatever. Yeah, when this came out, and then Red Mario on the Wii, equally as big of a masterpiece. Well, I ain't got no power-ups here, do I? You turd. Oh, I turded it. What a terrible jump. What a terrible, terrible jump. Yeah, on here it's definitely going to look the same, because I swear stuff comes through in 720 on the dadgum. On the YouTube streams. Probably would look better on another platform, but YouTube's supposed to be 1080, but sometimes I don't think it's coming through in that. Jim's Retro Zone is here. Welcome, Big Jim. Curator of all things Atari in the still of the night. Great to have you on the scene, sir. We are playing Super Mario U Deluxe Launch Night. on the Nintendo Switch. But speaking of D&D type games, my Aunt Hack... Okay, I want to read that very much, but I'm floating away here, so bear with me. God, I still got to go in there and get that coin again. Telengard. I've heard of that. I've not played it, though. I've heard... That sounds vaguely familiar, though. I really enjoyed the AD&D games, even as ugly or as they seemed on Commodore. I loved playing them on Commodore. I didn't get... Did you look at that? What a botched jump! Jim hype. There's hype for Jim. Have fun. I'm going to bed. Hey, Geo86, great to have you in the stream, man. I'm so glad you stopped by. Get your rest. I should be doing the same, but we still got more time. I'm getting tunnel vision on this freaking coin. We need to keep going. I'm here to show you the game, not be the completionist, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm sitting here worried about it. I didn't even get that. I'm not even getting this one. What a boob. I boobed it. Betty Boob. Toadette, don't you boob it. Had a girl. Had a girl. Had a girl. Crap, they did a midnight release on this one. They always do on digital. I'm done messing with the mail system, man. My God, I can't get my games day one. So if I'm going to review it, I'm getting it digitally from now on. New Emceemur rule. I promise you guys the content. That's a commitment I make to you. It's a commitment I will continue to make to you, and a promise that I will keep. But it's not a promise I can keep when you have UPS and the Postal Service in the mix, because they just don't have to do what they're contracted to do. They can just clock out and go home. So no more. Now, there may be some stores out there that did midnight releases. You're seeing a lot less of that. GameStop doesn't want to pay for the hours. I don't think Best Buy really gets any traction on theirs. At least the ones out here don't, so they kind of quit. Order all new releases from Best Buy. That's the problem. I mean, Best Buy, God help them, they were sending the stuff out on time. But it wouldn't get here on time. UPS would take it, they would drop it off at the post office after close of business, and it would just sit there until the next day. Well, there is no next day on launch day. It's either launch day or it's not. And then you're out, as far as a YouTuber, you're out the window on that. You got to be, you know, Johnny on the spot, hot ticket. So, not being a reviewer, I'm not worried if I get my... Yeah, honestly, in that case, take your 20% off. You know, I'm an idiot for not doing more of that. And, you know, I won't buy as many games this year. We've got a lot more retro stuff to look at this year than we really have new stuff. We got a pretty big March this year, but March is historically a pretty big year for game releases anyway. Other than that, though, we may only have one launch stream a month here on the show. There'll still be streams every week. But as far as day one launch stuff, maybe one a month tops. I don't know. Goblin 215 is here. Welcome, Goblin. Nah. Yeet. Hey, I'm Baby Yoshi. You look like you know where to find food, so I guess I'll follow you. Good plan. Good plan. Good plan. Plan. Rise of the Piranha Plants. We don't want them rising too high. A fire flower. You know, there's collector's editions, and there's certain games that are near and dear to my heart that their franchise, their sequels, I'm going to want to have them physical. But I've overemphasized the need to have everything physical. And I'm sorry, some of the new, you know, the current gen stuff, it's just not that important now that I think about it. So, I mean, you can have it digitally, and it's not that big of a deal. Can he eat the piranha plants? No, I didn't think he could. Come back here, Baby Yoshi. Sorry. Big Yoshi can eat them. Gives him indigestion, though, like bad spinach. God, bad spinach lettuce farts are the worst. I've got a lot of digital Xbox stuff too, I'll tell you. Not just because of gold either. Digital sales, man, and I know you're no stranger to those things. Man, you can get some good stuff. Baby Yoshi's having what he wants done. Baby Yoshi. Got my baby Yoshi. Why didn't he eat? Get out of here, jerk. Hammer Brothers, man, are the bane of my existence. Rather take on Bowser than a damn Hammer Brother. Yeah, internet's a factor too, I can tell you. I mean, I prefer physical media. Like I said, if I can get it physical, I'm just going to get it physical. But if it's a day one launch stream, you can look for me to probably get a digital copy of whatever it is. We really learned that lesson hard on Call of Duty this year. It was the only way I could go. It was the only way we could get into the beta because they punished the people that actually bought the more expensive physical copies. Yay, Activision. Oh, I love this part. But yeah, sometimes digital ends up just being convenient. And with Smash and with this, I went that way. With the convenient package of the Season Pass factored in, and boom, it's ready at midnight. I don't have to leave. I don't have to stand in line. I don't have to go mess with nothing. No coupons, no discount cards. Sometimes that just feels good. Yeah, I want the game, but... Oh, I got a Bowser and I didn't mean to. Oh, poop on a stick and I almost got that one. Oh, I got that one. Oh, it oozes. Well, we got a handful of them there. 4. Could have been gooder, but it could have been worse. But the Bowsers cancel them out, so poop on a stick. Poop on an ever-living stick. On we venture. Layer Cake Desert. Boom Boom's having what he wants done. The Stone Eye Zone. I think I've been there before. Yeet. No, I think we'll stick with the floating ability. That'll be convenient. Whoa. Eat him up. 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 Good, he can eat him out of the air. I was wondering about that. I can't remember the exact Baby Yoshi diet. It's a raid! A T-Belly raid. TB. It's him. Ya guy. T-Belly. We were talking about T-Belly earlier, as a matter of fact, when we launched the NES Online for the first time. The first guy that was on there that I was like, oh man, I get a match going. T-Belly just happened to be on there, so in our stream, started playing with him, and that was awesome. Well, I say it was awesome. The service didn't work, but we had fun messing around with it, and we were messaging back and forth on Twitter about how bad it was and how hard the lag was. So guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to this late night edition of the Emceemur Show, checking out Mario U Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. And I really should have just kept my raccoon deal there, but back to headquarters, he says. I hear you, TB. You're the man with the master plan. Thanks so much, dude. Oh, and look at that. Down the hole I go. What a boob. I boobed it. Gotta smash that like. Brian Trusty has just subscribed. Welcome, Brian T. You are now officially part of Mer Nation. We are glad to have you as part of Mer Nation. We're glad that you're dropping a like on the video. We're glad that you are enjoying the video. We're glad that you're subscribing to the Emceemur Show. All the fantastic things that we have going on right here in the show, you need to be a part of. Make sure that you smack that notification bell so you're always the first to know when new content goes live. You know that I love making it for you. Wah! And there might have been some additional disclaimers and legal information in there that I didn't get to say, but you can just use your imagination. Nah. I should have used one of my items. I'm coming in here naked with Toadette trying to find stuff. And again, Toadette's easy mode, and we've talked about that 100 times already in the stream, that I don't like that she's locked to a mode, but I mean, I guess it's cool that she's a character, but Nintendo is always, they give you what you want, and then it's almost the opposite of what you wanted. He is a great guy, also Mer. I never doubted it for a second. We need more great folks in as part of Mer Nation. Let's go ahead and use a mushroom. The star's not helping us that much at this point. Well, let's just use one because we haven't used his star hype. We haven't used star yet. Star hype. No, 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 no. She's barreling through. Look at her go. I'm gonna lose my star to get the fire flower, but I do want the fire flower. Be lying if I said I didn't. Fiery Toadette. What are the differences from Wii U to Switch? So we're talking about enhanced graphics, so they say. I mean, I know it's got to be more HD than the Wii U was to an extent. I don't know that the Wii U ever put out as crisp of HD as the Switch, and I'm not sure of the exact specs. I would imagine undocked, you know, portably, it's probably not any better than the Wii U version. Now, you've got Toad and Toadette as playable characters. There was concern that there wasn't going to be Blue Toad this time. Apparently there is, but apparently you got people that are like, you know, if you're playing two-player, somebody's got to be Toadette, apparently. So, again, you get locked into a mode of play there. And then again, I don't even know how they do that. I mean, I guess just because it's easier simply because she can turn into Peachette and have that awesome floating ability. And that's, I mean, that's basically it. And then you got Nabbit in there, so. All my overlays and my intro was done by that's interesting. That is interesting stuff, Goblin. And Goblin, you've got some nice overlays. I know I've said that quite a few times. Goblin does some amazing streams. He's always streaming something interesting. And yes, your overlays are second to none. So good job on that, Brian T. Nabbit is on the loose, as you can plainly see. Toad has joined the fray.
Oh, this is terrible. Some weirdo stole a bunch of my stuff and he's so fast I'll never catch him. Mario!
Nabbit is fast. He's a tough customer. Blue Toad, best Toad. Yeah, and you know, there was concern that he wasn't going to be playable because there's this yellow Toad and there's Toadette. They thought he got belly bumped and apparently he didn't, but I'm most interested about having Toadette as a playable character just because it's different, not necessarily because you should want to complete the game on something that's more easy. But new dynamics sometimes, in a sense, aren't easier because you almost not knowing what to expect from it almost gets more difficult. Again, like when Luigi jumps higher, you know, you got to overcorrect for that or undercorrect or whatever the right word is, and then that adds a new level of difficulty there. So it's something different. And again, you know, you want this on the Nintendo Switch going forward. Again, we talked about I'm keeping my original Wii U titles. I could sell them if I wanted to. My wife said no, got to keep them part of the collection. And she's right. God bless her. But yeah, to have this on the new system, and there's new challenge modes. I don't think I said that. There's apparently new challenge modes on this that honestly we should go look at if they're on here while we're still going. We got a little bit more time left in the stream, so I would like to do this. Save. I wasn't even looking at the blocks. Let's see if we can luck out again. Hey, all right. 2 for 2. But we're going to see what those other modes are. Got into the game here, got into talking Nintendo. Something that we talk about a lot right here on the show. Something that there's a lot to say. And it's always great talking memories with you guys. So let's do a quick save, balloon save, return to the main menu. And let's tour that. I really should have done that first. But I was like, oh my god, it's midnight, let's go. So we got the challenges. Boost Rush, Coin Battle. It's a me! Yeet Mario. What kind of challenges have we got? The Acorn Plains Speedrun. That sounds like fun. Coin Collection. 1-Up Rally. See, now this is it right here. And the menu looks just like the Wii U. I'm going to plead ignorant. I can't remember how much of this was in the Wii U. It's been years since I've put that in, and that sounds ridiculous. The Wii U still sounds so current to me, and it's just not. It seems like this was in there, man. I vaguely remember this now. There were challenges in Wii U. Again, I know that. It's just a matter of what. There are allegedly new challenges. So I'll be hard-pressed to tell you. I'm sitting here getting coins like I got time for it. What an idiot. I'm playing Mario while talking. Too bad. Well, I donged it anyway because I didn't start. But let's go look and see if we can find something that wasn't already on there. And honestly, just the fact that this doesn't register in my mind makes me think we missed out on a whole lot on the Wii U version as well. Let's go back to the main menu for just a minute. I want to make sure that we look at all this because we're running out of time, but we got to make sure that we look at all this. Seems like Boost Rush, seems like Coin Battle, seems like that was all part of it. But you can almost imagine that there's going to be new stuff added to, and then you got Luigi U up in the corner there. This game needs more Wario. That would have been a cool addition. They really could have. They could have gone more in depth with it. Instead, it feels like they just tried to make the game easier, and I don't think anybody really asked for that. And I think they're considering a demographic that's not necessarily their demographic. Choose the course pack you want to play. Easy, Flying Squirrel, collect coins to increase speed, go for a record time. Alright. I'm in. This stuff is new, just the interface looks like the Wii U version. Well, I know they had the time trials, though. With the gold and silver and bronze medals. I remember doing that. But I don't remember this. It's going to make me go back and look. I'm coming back in a bubble. Look at my me back there on the mountain. Yeet the me. Me versus, man, that whole thing was so cool. The online on Wii U was just great. I miss it. I do. I miss the Wii online. I miss the Wii, you know, Sunday morning in my underoos, having some coffee and just looking through the eShop at all the WiiWare shovel crap. And I mean, we didn't know if it was that back then or not, but I want a playable Shy Guy. That's not unreasonable. I realize I'm not doing good here. We're just showcasing it.
Wah, 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 wah. It's a goal.
Oh, I ding-donged it. Speed up. I'd love to. Oh, look at that dadgum turtle. Put me in a heck of a predicament there. Wii Classic. How long until that's a thing? I don't know. We may have a minute on that. There's too much still readily available to us. You know, I think before there can be a market for something like that, there has to be a lack of ability to actually still play those games. As far as what's on the market right now. And Wii's are still pretty common, and you know, if you had a Wii U, you still got to wait for that backwards compatibility. So, oh my God, panic attack, Moronka. Oh, I see now. Toadette is the only one who unlocks. Yeah, but the thing is the way it unlocks Peachette, you've got that floating ability, and when she starts to get too low, she can boost right back up. So it's easy mode. You know, it's almost not a fair way to play. But it's a fun way to play, because again, physically it's different. It creates a different dynamic, albeit an easier one to probably, you know, to get through most of the scenarios. From a completionist perspective, it might make that more approachable for people just looking to, you know, mark that notch or whatever. And I know I would be in that camp for sure, because I definitely did not, you know, oh God, I did not know what I was going for there. What a boob. Bell Bib to Boob is the group I just joined. And I did it again! Oh my God, look at this. No, I definitely don't hate the Wii, man. We had fun with our Wii. There were some great games on Wii. Mike from Chit Chat Gaming has joined us. Welcome, Mike. Always great to see you in the live streams. I've got some great obscure stuff on the Wii. Stuff you wouldn't expect, stuff you may not have even heard of that I would like to take a look at. Reasons to still have one. There was a lot of cool exclusive stuff that was not necessarily, you know, Nintendo first-party stuff on that console. A lot of really cool exclusive RPGs, JRPGs, stuff you just don't see. Luigi is down the hole. Oh God, we don't want to go through there again. How is it? Going to grab this game tomorrow. You know, it's one of those things that 60 bucks is too much. But at the same time, if you loved this game, and who didn't, and if you're, you know, if you want to see the Peachette thing, I mean, again, it's just easier mode put on there in the form of a skin with a couple of customizable movesets there. I mean, I could just play this again on the Wii U. Obviously, I'm far from done, but the challenges seems neat. And again, if you're the completionist guy, there's more on this to complete. So, yeah. I mean, I guess it's worth picking up. It's not worth waiting for a price drop, because you know there probably won't be one. Nintendo is planning on selling a bunch of these to a bunch of people. So, it's just one of them things, man. And we've already played these stages, now we're just doing them in a time trial mode. I'd like to see what all challenges really lie on here, but that's where this will really maintain its fun for those of us that have already beat this game senseless, is some of that stuff. And allegedly there's a lot more challenges on this than there were on the original Wii U. It's an enhanced port, and you know, if anyone does enhanced ports right, it's Nintendo. Well, obviously it's a new record. Do I got a medal? Anything exciting?
Ha ha! Luigi sucks.
Record times are fun. NES Remix was fun for that. So much going on there. And then look at these. You got there's a lot to unlock too. So there's a lot going on with this game. Again, if you didn't, you know, if you want to play this again, and we talked about the fact that this is everything on one. Not that that wasn't already available for the Wii U, because it was. But the definitive version for the new console moving forward, so that you have it portable, so that you have it for anything online that it does. You know, yeah, you kind of just got to have this. And, you know, you're a Nintendo head, Mike, so I know you're going to pick it up. You're going to be glad you have it. Green Mario. Well, you know what? That is all the time that we have for our stream tonight, this morning, whatever you want to call it. But we had fun looking at this. We looked at it. We analyzed certain aspects of it. We know more about it. But now than we did going in, we've actually tasted it, felt of it, smelt of it, played of it. Let all 5 senses go across it. We got some new subs. We got new people added to the scene. We're glad to have you on the scene. All kind of stuff going on right here on Mer Nation. We're glad that each and every one of you is a part of it. I hope you're going to like this video. If you're going to watch the recap later, I hope that you like the recap later on. You watch the video. I hope you're going to drop a like on this video. I hope that you're going to drop a like on this video because you did like this video. And if you have not already done so, I hope that you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show. Be a part of Mer Nation. We're rising up all the fantastic stuff that we got going on right here on the show. You need to be a part of it. Make sure that you smack that notification bell so you are the first to know when new content goes live. You know that I love making it for you. Micro Machine Man Speed Talk Hype. Everybody, thank you so much for dropping by. Signing off for now. More stuff coming your way very soon. As you well know, I will never leave you hanging. Emceemur signing off for this live stream. And I will see each and every one of you again next time.